All right, 8:46, welcome back, friends. We want to get back out live to 13 on your side's Deja Barrett, who is live at the John Ball Zoo after they just revealed the big Grand Rapids Monopoly board. This is a huge announcement, Deja, for this lovely board. So show us the game. What can we expect on this, Deja?
Yeah, okay, so give me a few minutes. I'm gonna show the game, reveal the board, but we're gonna talk about just the process that led up to Monopoly, Grand Rapids Edition being here and Grand Rapids being put on the Monopoly map. And the lady to give us all the details is Lindsay Wallace, sales exec with Top Trump. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for 13 Plus. So let's talk about it now. This Grand Rapids Edition is your baby, kind of, so to speak. Like, you wanted to have Grand Rapids on the map. Talk about that process.
Of course. So I'm a Midwest girl at heart. This feels like a very special city for me. We open up an online submission, and anybody in the community is able to submit their local business, their organization, and then we kind of talk through to see if it's a good fit. We look for businesses and organizations that have that longevity, credibility, and community engagement.
Yeah, and so we're talking, this started last year.
So a whole labor of love, almost 12 months in the making.
Yeah, okay, and of course, West Michigan, Grand Rapids being a jewel here. How hard, or how many submissions did you get last year?
Thousands. And you know, if you remember from the original game of Monopoly, there's only 22 property squares. So we definitely were spoiled for choice. It was very hard, but you know, we turned out with a great addition. Yeah,
we sure did. And I mean, in that process, what were you responsible for? I mean, getting the businesses on the board. I mean, did they have to be vetted to be selected? Did you like tell them, hey, you have won a spot on the Monopoly board?
Yeah, it kind of looks a little different every city we go into. Hasbro always has the final say at the end of the day, but it's really about just building an edition that makes sure that we capture the essence of the city that we go into.
Yeah, we talked about it in our earlier shows. When it comes to the game of Monopoly, I know in my household, I don't know about yours, things can get really spicy. Look at Mr. Monopoly that jumped in. How are you, Mr. Monopoly? We're excited to have you here in Grand Rapids, enjoying the board. But listen, you stir up a whole lot of troubles in households. I'm gonna let you know something right now. Talk about Grand Rapids Edition. Will it still bring that same spice as the original board?
I hope it does. You know, every game aims to bring families together, and I hope this edition does the exact same thing.
Yeah, and of course we're rolling into fall, holiday time. It's the perfect time
gift
for families to play, right?
For sure. So please get your hands on it. Bust it open and get ready to, stir up the competition.
Yeah, okay, all right. So we talked about the making of it. Lindsay has talked about that process a little bit. Mr. Monopoly, let's go check out the board game. We're gonna head down this way to give you a look of the reveal of the game here. All right, Matt, zoom on in. We're gonna first start with this, Lindsay. It's been a whole lot of contention. I know you said a whole lot of submissions, only 22 spaces. Coming from WZZM ABC 13, we hate that the weather ball did not make it on the board. What happened?
Like I said, spoiled for choice. The only 22 property squares. Obviously, Grand Rapids has so many local businesses and great organizations, so it was a really tough decision.
Yeah, I know, and we're joking about it because a lot of these organizations that are on here and beautiful landmarks, historic landmarks. Let's talk about, Matt gave us a good visual, but just talking about some of the places that are on here.
Yeah, so if I kind of walk you around the board quickly, the brown color set is where we start. That's going to be anything in the outdoor space, could be statues, monuments, parks, trails, anything that makes sense. And then we move on to culture and heritage in the light blues. Pinks as well, going into the orange, local businesses. Red is typically, restaurants, food and drink. And then the yellow color set, jumping on over there, anything in the hospitality sector. We have the bustling downtown, the Riverwalk, and Amway Grand Plaza, coupled with the airport. So definitely some important things there, as well as some of the things that make the city what it's all about. Art Prize in the green color set, the bustling Cherry Street, and then we have Gun Lake Casino and Resort, and then we end with the iconic landmarks, the Grand River and the Blue Bridge on our dark blues.
Yeah,
so we have a little bit of it all.
Yeah, now I love how the community chess spaces highlight some of those charitable organizations.
Absolutely, and honestly, it's so hard to narrow those down as well because we have so many great causes out here in Western Michigan, but we have some good ones to report to.
Absolutely. I mean, so many. Of course, I know the game is going to bring a lot of spice, a lot of fun to families. Of course, we know the original board game. Does the Grand Rapids edition mimic the original game, right?
Yes. So everything is custom to Grand Rapids except for the four corners and the tokens. Those things do stay the same as the original Monopoly game, but everything else will be, Grand Rapids. So super excited for you guys to get your hands on it and see it in person.
Absolutely. I mean, because we're going to wrap around and collect as you go. Do not stop. Collect $200.
Exactly.
I love it. I'm really excited for the game, being here, being present. Of course, we had pre-orders. How do we do on the pre-ordering?
We had so many pre-orders. My processing team couldn't keep up, but luckily everyone has their hands on the game, and we're ready to get those retailed and ready to go.
Okay, of course they'll be available locally. We'll have a full list on 13onyourside.com on where you can put your hands on them, and you can also order them. So Lindsay, really excited about Grand Rapids Edition being here, being available to the beautiful community in our area and just West Michigan as a whole.
Absolutely.
Okay, well thank you so much for your time this morning and sharing the board. Mr. Monopoly, we appreciate you stepping in, sir. We know you're a very busy man. All right, folks, reporting here John Ball Zoo, with Grand Rapids Edition Monopoly. Deja Barrett, back to you, Tanner.
Hey, Deja, I just got to give you props for real journalism, clocking the tea that the weather ball is not on the board.
I know, we had to ask about it, of course, but again, some amazing other organizations listed on the board. But of course, we got to ask about the weather ball.
Well, I know, but nonetheless, iconic pieces of Grand Rapids have made it on that board. So Deja, thank you so much for that live report. We appreciate it. We'll see you back here in the studio here in just a few minutes. All right, 8:53.